Some notes on the fat bloke dance. The only way to get laid if you're fat and not rich or famous is the fat bloke dance, whereby you spread your arms wide, throw your head back and wobble majestically, luring drunken women into your ample bosom. It serves the same purpose and is directly related to fat bird clothes. That is the gothy, punky glam, or the 50s horn-rimmed glasses look that large women often adopt in order to divert your attention away from their size and towards their personalities. Incidentally, I once saw that Amy LaMay in Pimlico without a slap on one day, and she didn't look unlike a large flightless bat. But I digress. All is going well. At 3 a.m, we repair to the slightly shady lounge, a shebeen situated beneath an Italian restaurant on Thrift Street. It is run by some of the fun-loving crowd, including the studiedly seedy Jake Vegas behind the Lady Luck Club. Nobby and I once turned up there in Euston in a rickshaw high on ketamine. That is another story. Soon after arriving, Nobby reaches capacity, makes his excuses and leaves, no doubt to go home and urinate on his soft furnishings. This leaves me alone with the delightful editor, and we settle in. Things are looking good. I can feel it in my blood, which, unfortunately for me, is spilled on the floor moments later. A diminutive, middle-aged teddy boy and his ugly girlfriend had entered the room. I'd casually observed, whispering loudly to my companion, "Aye, June Vincent's here." Having overheard this, the reduced rocker then immediately punched me in the side of the head. It didn't hurt at all, so I just gave him a big smile. This only riled him further, and I went sprawling onto the deck along with the table over glasses. As I went down, my brand new thick-framed spectacles bounced off my face, whereupon his harpy stamped on them, scrunching up her hideous face as she did so. "You fucking cunt!" she gargled. This all happened in slow motion, giving me time to reflect on how much of a cunt I was. All things at that precise moment in time considered. Nobody felt obliged to dive in and break up the attack, but somehow the editor manages to scoop up my still wearable glasses and get me out the door. She suggests that I might want to go to the hospital. I assure her that I'm fine, but she can walk me home to Westminster if she likes. She agrees, and after a little while asks me again if I'm okay. Again, I tell her that I'm all right. Then I change my mind when I put my finger in the hole in my left button. It's like inserting my finger into a tight, hot, menstruating vagina.
Oh, Christ, how far is that?
Maybe I should pop into A&E, I concur. Back at my place, I try on different jackets and coats to wear to the hospital. While she looks at me with a mixture of pity, fear, and what I take to be admiration. "How about this?" I say, donning a full-length cashmere coat. "Should we just go and get your arse looked at?" she says. It being Saturday night, Sunday morning, we are fully expecting a very long wait in the A&E department. Instead, we walk into an empty room. A male nurse enters. "Dave, you all right? What happened?" It is Lee, part-time sales assistant at Duffer St George and full-time nurse at St Thomas's Hospital. know him. I explained, had him ushered into a treatment room. The editor and I canoodle before I remove my jeans and lie face down on the gurney, ready for stitching. It takes 5 stitches to sew up my ass. During the procedure, I can sense, more than hear, the stifled giggles of nurses viewing the repair of my punctured bottom through the porthole windows and the swing doors. Once the work is complete, Lee offers me a box of DF118s he has swiped from the medicine cabinet. I gladly accept them and leave, holding hands with the editor. He calls after me, "Don't try sitting on that for at least a week." I contemplate the notion of sitting on one buttock for the next 7 days. Outside, we hail a cab and take it to mine. As it pulls up in Old Pie Street, I say with some enthusiasm, "So, shall we swap numbers then?" She looks at me and shakes her head. Around a week later, I hear the Brixton rumour mill is set in stone that Dave the Hat got stabbed in the arse by a dwarf. Thank you. One last thing for you, a little treat for you folks.
Oh, show it.
What is this?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Hang on, I think if you look really closely into the left hand side, you might be able to see the face of Elvis Presley.